and welcome to another exciting edition of VWE Live here. Of course, I am your co-host for this evening, the most recognized voice in SL Sports Entertainment today, the voice of Detroit, Natasha Brimmore.
And I'm the voice of sanity herself, Myra Murdoch.
As we are definitely hitting off the road this next Friday at, I believe, Cleary Arena will be King of the Arena. Can you believe that this is King of the Arena is almost upon us there, Myra?
I actually can't believe it. It only seems like yesterday we were starting off the whole King and Queen Arena stuff.
But we just want to make sure that everybody knows that there's going to be, for the Radiance Championship at Coda, it's going to be, I believe, the champion, Brooke Owens, taking on Ronnie Patel, Cheryl White, and Selena Del Rana. And this is going to be actually really awesome to see.
Oh yeah, especially when they've already had their tag team match during last prime time. As I stated from then, Stewart had let me know to let these ladies know that they're going to be in a tag team match, and then all of this mayhem started. So now they're going from that to a fatal four-way for Coda. And what better way to do that and settle a title match than a fatal four-way?
I can't think of, with this many participants, I can't think of a better way. But also, folks, just a little reminder, go ahead and tweet hashtag VWE Live on Twitter, and we can get your comments and questions for our special guests that's going to be happening read off and answered here on VWE Live. But let's go ahead and move on to, our special guest for the evening is going to be none other than Maxine. How you doing, Maxine?
Pretty good, Natasha. How about yourself?
I'm good.
How about you, Myra?
Doing wonderful now that you're here.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting one. Interesting kind of thing. Interview.
All right,
tonight.
Before we really get started, let me go ahead and get something out of the way, because I know the fact that the fans are going to ask for this really fast. So I'm just going to get it out of the way, top of the show. How's about that?
Okay, go right ahead.
Sure.
Hi, pissants. I don't know why they like me saying that, but
I don't know, it's just maybe you give off that whole dominance figure that they, crave and want so very much.
maybe so. Who knows?
Well, hopefully that stifles the tweets and comments of you calling them piss ants. But nonetheless, I guess one of the big things is right now is I think one of the big questions is why did you take up this crusade on the behalf of the Valentines against Christina Krovac and, well, apparently GOAT?
Okay. So you guys know that the same night that Daddy Valentine ended up in the hospital was a night that I too had to go ahead over to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And ended up that with all that, I was there, they were there. I had heard what GOAT had done to Daddy Valentine. Go ahead and powerbomb him off the stage or whatever exactly happened. Obviously I didn't watch it because I was in
Yeah, you got
hospital at that point, but through a table as well. And seriously, that should never, ever, ever happen to somebody who isn't one of the trained professionals. You know how we're constantly saying, kids, don't try this at home.
Yeah.
There's a very, very, very good reason for that. And the fact that GOAT took it upon themselves to go ahead and pluck Daddy Valentine away from Chloe's siblings to bring him to the arena just to assist Christina winning the belt off of her. I mean, talk about low to begin with.
Exactly.
And then...
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Myra.
Oh, Well, I was just gonna bring up because I remember going up in the ring with you and asking you all these questions as to specifically why, again, you had taken upon this crusade. I remember you saying something that you feel like this relativity to Chloe when it comes to her family, even though, Viola decided to air out that dirty laundry of a past of yours, even though you ran away from home, you still have that strong sense of family. And for Go to do that to her father, excuse me, it crossed a specific line that you yourself won't tolerate, even with all the things you have done in your past.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I may not be close to my family. I may not have that type of connection to my mother and father. But even if it was them, and I was Chloe in that situation, I would have vowed to go and pretty well, okay, I know term slightly strong, but I would vow to kill them. Enough said. Easy to say. And then going to the hospital, going up to check to see if he was okay myself, since I was there, figure friendly thing to do. And to just see Chloe that they're broken down, sobbing her eyes out, looking like her world completely crushed in on her, which is exactly what happened. You never expect something to happen to your parents. And then when it happens because of your work,
That kind of draws that specific line, as I mentioned.
So we have a question coming in through social media going, Maxine, who do you think is ready to go for the main titles in VWE?
oh, geez. My opinion of this has changed so drastically recently. There's a lot of people that before, just not even 6 months ago, I would have been like, yeah, no way in hell. But, and this isn't saying any of the girls aren't, any of the guys aren't, and I'm pretty sure, since I know who's asking that they're kind of looking more towards the females. As much as I hate to say it, if Christina would quit hiding behind the boys, she does deserve to be up there. Chloe, when she gets her heart back, deserves to be up there. But people away from the title at the moment, I will say, and just limiting it down to just a couple, so no offense to anyone I don't mention. Marionetta, for starters. Trying to think of who else has been standing out lately. I would be interested to see what Brooke would do stepping up to the next level. Like, I know that at present she's still the Radiance champion, but I would like to see what she'd do up at the next tier, as she's done excellent with the Radiance title. For the guys, that's a heck of a lot easier. Who the heck's been main eventing a lot lately that ain't near the straps? Just think of it a bit like that.
Well, that seems to be a long list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any one of those names, Jeff, Ludi, if he'd ever get his stick out of his ass. I'd be interested, just for nostalgia's sake, to see what Seth would do up at the titles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I know he's severely upped his game since he was here last, and I'd just like to see it in action, you know?
Well, from the look of it, they kind of set like a wildfire that's going to end up biting Goat in the ass.
Yeah, you need to be careful how much you bite off. Yeah. Especially when there's three people doing the biting.
Well, and that's the thing is quite recently you came out to, during your match, actually grab it with Chloe for #1 contendership set up by Christina. You had quite a few people come out of the locker room, and you know, and there's actually a few that actually surprised us, including Myra. I mean, it was really a sight to behold.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I was surprised.
Yeah, and really, I had a half an inkling that, regardless of what me and Chloe did in the ring during that match, that Goat wasn't going to like it. Regardless of what happened. If I won, if Chloe won, regardless, they weren't going to like it. So I kind of put a little bit of a word in the back to be like, hey guys, if this happens, I don't care if you like me, you don't like me, whatever. I know most of y'all hate Goat. So if nothing else do it for me, do it for Chloe, do it because you hate Goat, I don't care, but could you please make sure they don't ruin this?
Oh, it's kind of like what I told you, Natas. Oh, sorry. Friend of, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly. And that's exactly the reason why I put that whisper in with most of the roster. Like, I know way back in the day, back before I became a psycho nutcase and all that I did have most of the roster to a point where they would help defend me, and I was kind of hoping, if nothing else, maybe they'd remember that, or maybe I'm the lesser of the two evils. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm just glad that as many people showed up as they did and proved to Goat that they ain't the big shit anymore, you know?
Right. I mean, what even threw me off even more is how you got the Crisis to join into a group thing as well. Man isn't about group activities, but for him to come out there even surprised me.
Actually, me convincing him was an interesting story. Myra, you remember when I came and helped you when you got hit, and then he came out to grab you, right?
Vaguely. Remember, I was kind of out of it.
yeah, I know, but I mentioned that to him, and I was like, the same thing might happen again.
Ah, okay.
And he just kind of grunted and walked away, and you see he actually thought about what I said and came out.
Aw, see, people, he is carrying. But out of all that, let's go ahead and go on with more questions that we got from social media. As we have one, which it should be a common one by now. What is your favorite type of pizza?
And yes, I know I will be judged.
Yes.
Oh, it's usually the precursor to that, so.
Right? My favorite pizza almost always has pineapple and bacon on it. Like, my one required topping is pineapple. If I only get to pick one, it's pineapple. But the rest, usually, like, if I'm sharing, I'll pick pineapple, put it on, you know, however many pieces I'm going to get, and then tell everybody else just to put their toppings on my slice, too.
Damn.
Oh. So, well, we got another one coming in from Twitter. Goes, so Maxine, who do you think will win between Jeff and Ludi Graves this Wednesday? I mean, it's a no-brainer. Obviously, it's from Team Awesome.
Yeah, it is a no-brainer. You got something to Jeff. You're dead, Ludi. Enough said.
That's what I said. Yeah, you're gonna die.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I think that has to be the easiest question of the night.
Right?
Now, on to what actually happened there. You know, that night when you had the locker room empty out. The next thing is how did it make you feel that Chloe basically gave you the win making you number one contender, and, pretty much said, stop, let me do this one thing. How did that make you feel?
Oh, dear word. I'm
Weird.
still surprised she did that. Like, before the match, I had a chat with her. I was like, you know what? Win, lose, whatever. No hard feelings at the end of it. Let's just go out there and put on a show. Have fun with it.
I think I have a theory on that situation. It could be wrong, but again, it's just a theory. I think after all that she's endured, she doesn't really hold the necessary strength to power through it, but she had the utmost faith in you to uphold that challenge and kind of, how do you say in those medieval times, deemed you her champion to power through and to literally beat Christina's ass into a bloody pulp. In layman's
Yeah, and I'll
terms.
do more than that if they let me.
Right? At least that's my my take on it.
I'm also humbled that she would give me the opportunity to do that for her. Because I know it's her family, I know it's her blood that had gotten her hurt during the course of the events leading up to this.
Mm-hmm.
And that, in one regard, yeah, it really should be her defending her father. But, you know what? Through our time spent together in the hospital, like even after I was released, I went back and visited with them, made sure Chloe was eating, helped make sure her brothers were taken care of and stuff like that. But
Mm-hmm.
it was like she did actually become part of my family too. Not that I have much of one, but
Hey, blood family doesn't just have to be blood. It really doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I became really close with Daddy Valentine too. So it's like, yeah, in one regard, yeah, I'm kind of doing it for my family as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now we've got a question coming in from Twitter going, why has Jesse, I believe that's Jesse Moretti, dodging me, offered her a match on your show, and she still won't show. Can Maxine get her to show up?
Oh boy.
I
Good luck
could
with
probably get her to the arena. Other than that, anything other than that is out of my hands.
To basically just bully her into the show.
Well, no, you don't necessarily have to bully. You could be like, hey, no, why don't you come watch this match I'm going to be in, And,
Mhm.
maybe afterwards we go out for a pizza. I don't know. There's nice ways of doing it, too. I don't know.
I know,
Well-
but in this thread, you usually have to use violence. Exactly. Pineapple.
Kind of seeing how it is anywhere. Maybe use a can of pineapple in that violence. Who knows? But
Hey, a can of pineapple makes a really good weapon. All right.
That's so true.
I'll take your word on it.
Oh, you need that in a sock.
You ever drop one on your foot? You tell me.
But now as we move on, going into King of the Arena, what are your predictions? Who's going to come out on top in the ladder matches?
Legit, the tournaments themselves. Well, it's not really a tournament because it's not bracket style this year. But the proceedings leading up to the final matches, they've already shocked the ever living out of me. Here I go censoring myself because I know I'm on TV. But seriously, they've already seriously surprised me. Coda and Quota aren't the easiest things to get through. It's a lot of grueling matches. It's not knowing when the matches are going to take place. Not, at least with the way they're doing it this year. Like, in one regard, I have to say I'm really thankful that me deciding to get involved with the helping the Valentines out, that I was overlooked this year for the tournaments, because first off, not knowing who you're facing when you have to beat the numbers game, then even after all that's done, you still have this ladder match to go through. I've been in these ladder matches before. They're, oh dear word, especially when I was in it last, it was a 6-woman one. And trying like heck to watch for your own safety and make sure that you can actually walk out of the match at the end, but still wanting that contract hanging above the ring. There's so many things that run through your head that it makes it really hard to predict who's going to end up winning these.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically more of a survival thing, if that, when it comes to ladder matches.
Yeah, absolutely primal, especially with something that big on the line, too.
As we got another question for you there, Maxine, coming from social media, going, if you could pick a few people you'd like to see return to the ring, who would you pick?
Okay, people I'd like to see return. Legit. Sorry, guys. These are all going to be people I want to face, so they're going to be girls. I want another match with Ty.
Ooh.
Ty helped train me way back in the day, and I want another go with her. I know I faced her a couple times throughout my career, but I don't think her and I faced when I wasn't as well running a gimmick on top of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to just go bare bones, Tyrus Nova versus Maxine. There's Akasha. I know she's been back around. I know her schedule has made it that she hasn't been around as of late, but I would love to get in the ring with her. Eliza Riddler, another one. Pretty well the girls from back when I first started at the VWE back in 2010. Yeah, I'm fast running out of dream matches that I'd like to do that I haven't had a chance to do yet. It's all, the rookies that are coming out of training now that are becoming my dream matches,
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, especially in regards to Akasha, I mean, we've only seen her, like, during that whole debacle she had with Reed after Wrestle Series, until she completely laid Akasha out, and that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Well, now, we know that, it's been announced that you and Jeffrey Fireguard are a team in the Tag Team Classic. How do you feel? This next question coming in from Twitter revolves around that. Goes, Maxine, how do you feel about yours and Just chances in the Tag Team Classic?
Just because of the nature of the beast of the Tag Team Classic, it's, again, another very hard thing to go ahead and predict how everyone's going to do. Like, I know, especially, over the last couple of weeks and that, Jeff and I has been doing a lot of talking and a little bit of practicing to try to figure out how to utilize each other's styles to our advantage and all that. Whether or not it's going to be enough, I don't know, but I'm certainly looking forward to giving it a try. But,
well, and...
I really think Jeff and my styles really complement each other. Mm-hmm. So, I think our chances is a little bit better than a lot of people's. Because I'm seeing some teams that I'm just sitting there, it's like, okay, now how's that style going to work together? Like, I'm not even looking at the types of personalities of people. I'm just looking at their wrestling style, and it's like, okay, so this one, likes to use the ropes, and this one avoids them like the plague. Yeah, how's that going to work?
Well, I mean, we do got that one particular tag team couple, which is Ludi and Cheryl White. So I can only imagine how that's going to work out.
Least American out of us with the most American out of us and see what turns out. I'm actually... I actually more predict that what's going to happen is one of them is going to kill the other before the end of this. Or knock the other out at least, you know?
Or one of them will be deported.
Yeah, that too.
Well, speaking of, we got another question from Twitter saying, okay, Maxine, without any bullshit, what do you really think about the German sensation? And yes, this is a little obvious.
Yeah, Ludi, nice try. They tried to sneak this in. Of course, also, I know your Twitter handle. We're both, following each other on Twitter. So nice try. What do I actually think about you? Yeah, you're decent in the ring, but when it comes down to your personality, you're a piece of shit.
That kind of goes without saying with half the roster, isn't it?
I mean, there's a lot of people that would apply to. Like, Ludi was one of the ones that was around when I was first here. And, with his past bit with Jeff, he was saying, there's people from certain eras and stuff like that. But
yes.
One thing I do have to say, and camera, be sure to be on my face while I say this. Ludi, you labeled me wrong. My chance came in my second go in VWE. I might have started back then, but that wasn't my highlight. That wasn't my heyday. I won the international belt a while back. That was during an era when I'm trying to think who the GM was at the time. I'm blanking, but it was obviously post the time period that you placed for the golden era. And plus, during quote-unquote the golden era, I was also dead. Yeah, I was running a zombie gimmick at the time, so... Yeah, I was dead.
Well, damn.
Well then. As another question that comes off social media, do you think there should be a match between Stuart Wharf and Stan Murdoch?
Why not make it a triple threat with the Gambit?
Absolutely not. We'd have to go ahead and throw the Gambit in there, too.
Thank you.
If you're going to do GMs, you got to do all three.
Right?
But legit, out of the three of them, Stuart has a distinct advantage. He's actually wrestled before.
Ooh.
But regardless, it would be interesting to see those three guys and see what they bring to the ring, even if it does end up just being one major cat fight.
I would have to agree with you. I mean, for what I've seen from the three lately, Stuart could have the advantage, but then lately Stan's been kind of being a... Yeah.
He's been
and then
ballsy!
Gambit, right? And then you have the Gambit, which literally, I shit you not, acts like a mob boss sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Like, I totally see the Gambit, trying to cut a deal early on.
Oh, exactly.
Since he also likes quoting Kenny Rogers, but that's another story.
Right?
Well,
that's an awesome quote. I don't blame him.
But, yeah, I mean, it definitely would be interesting to see, but, yeah, Stuart, I think, would have the advantage, seeing how he has wrestling experience. I mean, he was I believe a grid champion at one time, so...
Mm-hmm.
But, nonetheless, next question that comes in from Twitter going, Maxine, if you could have a rematch against anyone, current star, any match type, what would you pick and against who?
Oh, that's a really hard one. And it has to be a rematch, so it has to be somebody I already faced. Somebody current and somebody I've already faced. Because if it could be somebody I haven't faced yet, I got an easy answer for that. But I'll say that after. I'd have to say I'd like to face Lyra Phoenix again, but let's go ahead and make sure that Forsaken stays out of it, and we pop that in some type of structure.
So you're saying a cage match or a Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really too particular on which type. Or heck, even if you want to go a little bit more extreme, if you want to, go back to, our mental roots here, could even resurrect the Barbed Wire Asylum match, assuming we get permission rights to do so.
I mean, also, DAE has been known for a little bit of extreme. I mean, there was one point that we did set the ring on fire.
Yeah, that's a little bit too far for me. I played with fire before.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, God only knows. I might have to start making some phone calls now, Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it comes down to the Tag Team Classic. What team are you looking forward to face, and what team are you looking least likely to face?
I actually really am not looking forward to the facing any of the teams that's been announced so far. Like, I know there's a lot of teams that haven't been announced yet. But two teams that I want to face that have been announced, kind of teased this already, Tide Seth. And, Vincent Consumi.
Oh.
Because I want to see that upfront and personal, because you got Vince, he's technical, he does just a little bit of risk taking here and there. Mm-hmm. He's very calculated, and then you have Kasumi, who is the exact opposite. She's always off the rope. She doesn't think before she acts, but it seems to get the job done, so kudos to her,
Right? Gotta put it in order, and chaos makes it up a little.
Yeah. Like, that will be a fun challenge if we get a chance to face them in the tournament.
Definitely.
about the closest thing I could say to not wanting to face anyone in the Classic,
mm-hmm.
would be Maso and Chloe, and just because of all the horses that'll be ringside.
All the poo piles that'll possibly be there.
No, I could live with the poo piles. Okay, I've been thrown into mud in matches. I've been tossed in the mode. I've been, mm-hmm. bled upon, etc., etc. There was a period of time that getting feces thrown at me was a regular thing, because people didn't like me, and the fans, yeah, throw. But, that I can get over. It's just having all that massive flesh right at ringside, and then with the lights, and yeah.
Totally understandable. I mean, to me, horses are alright, but a lot of them in a small confined area would overwhelm me.
Yeah, and
I feel like I would be trampled to death.
And I heard something about Hamato wanting to bring like all 90 of his flock in if during the Tag Team Classic, and it's like,
and
yeah, that's gonna go over like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him being allowed to do that.
But I would think, no, if he wants to treat Chloe, okay? and
Mhm.
Chloe's probably going to smack me upside the head for suggesting this. But he goes, hires a couple temp people, go get a Devon, and have, escorted to the ring without them having the walk, without having to have the horses. One of the walking Devons down the ringside, like that. I think that would be appropriate for the two of them.
Oh wow.
I don't know.
No, and it looks
Take
like
that advice or not, Tommaso. It's up to you.
But apparently it's been announced now that Brooke Owens and Matt Asadar are now a team.
Oh, wow.
The gunslinger and the Radiance champion. Wow.
That's going to be interesting.
Oh, definitely.
And I have to say, I definitely like Matt. Like, I haven't seen him in ring yet myself, but I like what I've been seeing out of him. So this is going to be really interesting.
As we sound like a couple of fangirls.
Well, the thing is, deep down, every wrestler's a fangirl. Or a fanboy, depending on your gender, obviously.
Right?
But, but some of the guys say, oh my god, I'm so fangirling over. But, yeah.
Oh, look
just
who you're
because
talking
that's
to
the term,
when
right?
it comes to fangirling. Yeah. Look who you're talking to when it comes to fangirling. Believe
Oh
me,
my
I've had my share.
Yeah, half the time I have to actually scoop her back up and put her in her seat with a shovel.
Oh, shut up. You just
Yeah,
stayed
but at
away
the
when
very
your
least,
girlfriends
we don't
come out.
we don't need to have, make sure there's always towels underneath commentary, so that's definitely an improvement from the past. But anyway.
But we had another question coming in from Twitter going, Maxine, do you like watermelons? And how do you like to eat them?
Watermelon. Yeah, I do actually like watermelon. Not that they're any good where I grew up, where I had resided for a while was a hell of a lot better place for it, Further south you go, the better it is, right? But I more like it when somebody goes ahead and does a fruit salad with it, using the rind, and then they pop it in the freezer for like 30 minutes before serving it. Oh, so good. And then like with strawberry yogurt. Oh.
Girl, you are making me hungry. Jesus.
We'll go out for lunch after this. How about that, Mara?
Woo!
Well,
You can come to the task, obviously, but you're going to be hearing a lot of girl talk.
Yeah,
Right?
that's fine. But I'll go ahead and, after the debacle last week there, Myra, I'm going to go ahead and let you handle this next, statement from Twitter.
Okay. Well, we got he just as he said, we got a statement from Twitter saying, let Hamaso ride Chloe into the arena. Hashtag Hamaso rides Chloe.
Unless, of course, I'm taking this the appropriate way by thinking very triple X with this. I don't think Chloe's big enough to lift up big old Tommaso. Maybe that, maybe if somebody's going to be riding somebody, it should be the other way around.
Right?
But let the big, strong, burly guy carry out the little girl.
That so backfired on me.
It did. It very much did, because Natas, he's a very special man with a very special way of thinking, and sometimes he just has these moments to where he doesn't think about what he says until it's way too late. This just happens to be one of those moments that just makes its way surprisingly to social media.
And that's the way a Twitter star is born.
Exactly.
But anyway, folks, we are about out of time. And Maxine, thank you for joining us tonight. Definitely been
Seriously,
very...
thank you for having me.
So make sure, though, folks, you are here every week for prime time, Wednesday, 5 p.m. SLT. And let's not forget, King of the Arena happening this Friday at, I believe, 5 p.m. SLT. If I got that right. Okay, so 5 p.m. SLT for sure. And don't forget, we also, It's also same day as Edge, which is 6 p.m. SLT, but there's no Edge this week. Also, as 3 p.m. there is a special Before the Bell here on YouTube, so you guys make sure to come check it out. And I believe Pulse, or is there no Pulse this week? But nonetheless, Pulse is Sunday at 1 p.m. SLT, so definitely be here for that. Okay, there is none this week. Okay, that works. But nonetheless, average time, that time it is every week, Sunday, 1 p.m. SLT. Just not this week. But until next time, plus I don't believe VWE Live will be happening this Sunday.
Well, no.
I'm waiting on confirmation on that. No, okay, no, but we won't be here next week, but make sure though you are here every other Sunday for VWE Live. So, see you guys next week, or yeah, at least at prime time. Until then, I've been your co-host for this edition of VWE Live, the most recognized voice in SL Sports Entertainment today, the voice of Detroit, Natasha Grimmore.
And I've been the voice of sanity herself, Myra Murdoch.
And we will see you guys here at prime time. So until then, good fight, good night.